Hello, everybody, and welcome to the brand new Inject The Venom podcast with me, your host, Rory Bailey, and my co-host, Senor Connor Franks. And I say brand new, it is pretty much the same format as the stuff we've been doing for the last couple of years, but don't worry about it.
Except now we're happy to cut all ties.
Now we've got no sponsors.
Yeah.
Now we're no longer promised any interviews or guests.
No, we're not. And speaking of that, should we talk about Slammiversary?
We should. We could talk about AEW as well because I upset them. But whichever one you want. So, but we'll go through the wrestling news from this week. We'll chat about Impact, AEW, WWE, and all that, and some indie stuff in the UK that we've both been up to. So fun-filled episode, really. So let's start with the negativity and talk about Impact. So what did you reckon to Slammiversary, dude?
From the 45 seconds of clips that I've watched, it was shit. I can't watch it, man. I don't.
It was a struggle, man.
Yeah, like Kenny Omega still been Impact champion, kind of dumb in my eyes. I've said this multiple times. Seems to be devaluing it. Deonna Purrazzo beating Thunder Rosa. I'm okay with that because at least the Impact person beat the other brand person.
Yeah.
Good Brothers becoming tag champs. Kind of buries Violent by Design, but whatever, you do you. Noah Jose debut, kind of funny. Of all the people to be released, like, I mean, no disrespect to the dude, but like, that's I don't care what company you're in, that's a gimmick that can only go so far.
Yeah. The thing with I mean, they had all those hype videos and they were teasing like the Iconics, Daniel Bryan, and they teased Samoa Joe at first, and then WWE went, no, that's not happening. But like who we got, I mean, it wasn't a bad haul for new talent. So I want to make that clear. I don't think that the talent that came in were bad or anything like that. It's just that it was really underwhelming when they go in, right, we're teasing Daniel Bryan. Who have you got?
There's no way.
Jose.
Yeah.
And Aiden English. And Aiden English is great, but he hasn't wrestled in years, and he was a commentator on like the D shows in WWE, wasn't he, before, like on Main Event and stuff like that. Yeah,
but in fairness to that, like WWE put some other job on commentary for a year.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying, like, this was Aiden English just got Main Event or 205 or something like. He was on one of those sorts of programs, wasn't he, as a commentator? And that was
he was doing NXT UK. He was.
Was he?
He was commentating NXT UK when I went to NXT UK when I was there.
Okay,
he was on commentary.
Fair enough. So, but all the same, to go from that, you know, I mean, that just shows the level that WWE viewed him. When they're like, we've got some vacancies on our Raw and SmackDown announce team at the beginning of the year. What should we do? Fire Aiden English.
Yeah. Yeah. The Good Brothers still sticking about in Impact.
Surprising, unless they're not.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they've spent more time on AEW than anything else, haven't they?
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a case of they've given them the tag titles back to make it look like they're still Impact, but they're going to get themselves fired in the next month or whenever the AEW thing sort of wraps up. The Good Brothers will be fired and turn up on AEW.
Yeah. Saban defeated Moose because he don't work there anymore. Speaking of people who don't actually work there, Finn Juice defeated Man Fulton and Shearer in a 1 minute and 15-minute tag match.
That is a proper how the mighty have fallen sort of thing. When like Fulton came in the other year and was doing all this stuff with Ace Austin, and it looked promising. I mean, this time last year, Ace Austin dropped the X Division title, and it looked like we were getting Ace Austin and Shearer going through the tag division. It looked like they were going to go that way, and then they went, not Shearer. I meant Ace Austin and Fulton. You know what I meant?
Yeah, but when Fulton came in,
about it.
Yeah, when Fulton came in, he was doing the stuff with of OVE.
Yeah.
And now that's, and then you've got W. Morrissey beating Eddie Edwards because he's 7 foot tall and you can't teach that.
Yeah, and Eddie Edwards has fallen. Just in comparison to last year, Eddie Edwards won the main event of Slammiversary to become the world champion. This year, he's jobbing out to someone who's been in the company 4 weeks.
Yeah. Matt Cardona and the returning Chelsea Green defeated Brian Myers with Sam Beal and Tennille Dashwood with Caleb with a K. That's too many people in your corner. Yep, is what it is. Alexander retained the X Division title in an X Division Ultimate X match, beating Ace Austin, Chris Bear, Petey Williams, Rohit Raju, and Trey Miguel. Cool.
That was a decent match, to be fair. It's just that I'd sort of lost interest when they announced it 6 months ago, and or whatever it was. They just
a long time ago.
Yeah, to the point where I think they had 2 pay-per-views after they announced that match.
Yep. And the newest titles to Impact, the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Championships, were defended on the fucking pre-show, where Decay, Havoc, and Rosemary defeated Fire and Flavor, which is Kara Hogan, Tasha Steelz, because Kara Hogan is leaving Impact. Now she has just finished her last tapings with them.
So to help cement the legacy of the Knockout Tag titles, which have only been around for 5 months, 6 months, something like that, they got not featured heavily on the pay-per-view itself, but changed on the pre-show.
So Kara Hogan will be debuting at next year WrestleMania alongside Hulk Hogan to prove he's really not racist.
Yes. They'll shave the top of her head off.
Yeah. Go on.
It comes out like that. I hear you, Hulky baby.
He just comes out as a Sheik.
She'll be Titus O'Neil's boyfriend or something like that, because for some reason they want to push Hogan and Titus O'Neil as a tag team. Be amazing. Hogan and his brother from another mother.
Quite genuine question. Who are the Raw Tag Team Champions right now?
AJ and Omos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah. I think they're going to be facing Riddle and Orton at SummerSlam, which I am actually quite looking forward to, but only because I'm sort of over AJ and Omos, which is a shame.
Yeah, I think, do you know what bothers me about this? Is going to be a full tangent episode. Hi, welcome.
Well, we're talking about everything, aren't we? So we may as well. So.
Do you know what bugs me about Omos is that the clips that were shown when he was doing like NXT house shows. Yeah. He's wrestling proper matches. He's wearing actual wrestling gear.
Yeah.
And then he goes to the main roster and doesn't get to do any of it.
It's strange. Vince. It's like him and that frigging Dabakato or whatever his name is, the General Aziz now that he's called.
General Aziz, Dabakato, Babatunde, whatever the fuck you want to call him.
Tunde. A pair of them did the Raw Underground thing and were beasts on it. And, you know, I know everyone wants to forget about Raw Underground, but it happened, man. Here's the thing. And they were both on it, and they were both good. And they've gone, right, we're taking you off that, and we're not going to present you as beasts in that respect. Now you're just going to do standard big man chops, double-handed chokeslam.
Do you know what it feels like? It feels like AEW are taking the fight to WWE, right, in ratings.
Yeah.
And it feels like Vince is just panicking because doing that is just such a Vince decision. Having Karrion Kross lose to Jeff Hardy in less than 2 minutes is ridiculous, and especially since it's been sources have said that Karrion Kross losing to Jeff Hardy is a direct message to NXT from Vince McMahon.
I've seen, I've heard that, but also it's Meltzer that's told that to people, and we know that Meltzer's also not the most reliable source. So,
I agree completely, but at the same time,
it does make sense. To be fair, it does sort of track with the history. But the other thing I've heard, which I am actually okay with, because it's the start of like a relaunch for Jeff Hardy because he had his No More Words theme again, and the match itself, Karrion Kross is just battering him, and then Jeff gets cheeky victory, roll up with his feet on the ropes, but the rumor is that it's to lead to Jeff Hardy versus Karrion Kross at SummerSlam.
Yeah,
Which,
But it's
if
also
Karrion Kross wins at SummerSlam, is bigger than winning a random match on Raw. But
it's also been told that
he's the champion.
People who win titles, so Charlotte, for example, when she won the women's title at Money in the Bank, she then came out on Raw and was referred to as an 11-time champion, meaning her 2 NXT championship wins have been straight from the record because Vince doesn't like it.
And the tag team championship.
Yeah, but
I know I didn't agree with them using the tag team championship before, but literally at Money in the Bank, they're calling her a 13-time champion all the time, saying, "Oh, she's going to go for a 14th title," and that includes the tag team. And they've gone 11. Well, then again, they did it to her dad with his 27 world titles or whatever it is. They've ended up being counted down to 16.
Well, rumor has it, and this could be a potential spoiler alert, so skip ahead like 30 seconds. Apparently, we may be getting Joe taking the title from Cross at NXT TakeOver, and then Cross going main roster full time from his match with Jeff Hardy.
Okay. That makes sense, because about this time last year, it looked like they wanted Cross for the main roster then, didn't it? And then he got injured. So, yeah, it makes sense. I can see him doing that.
Also, while we're just mourning, as good as WWE has been in the past couple of weeks, how the hell do you have Keith Lee return and lose instantly? I understand him not winning the title from Bobby, but don't have him return against Bobby.
Yeah. I mean, it's that thing where they think, oh, he's in the main event of Raw, he's going for the WWE title, so that's instantly a big thing. But let's not forget that Ricochet also challenged Brock Lesnar last year for the WWE title, and that did nothing for him. So, you'd forgotten, hadn't you? That's the look of someone's face with Ricochet challenged Brock Lesnar. What?
Sources also said that Jeff Hardy left that SmackDown taping early due to having an argument backstage with someone who took issue with Matt Hardy's comments on AEW. Oh, Matt Hardy's comments on Twitter, wherever Matt Hardy said a lot of shit.
Thing is, being the Elite's all in kayfabe. Matt Hardy was doing his big money Matt Hardy gimmick thing, where he's been trying to get like his little Hardy party thing going on for a while, where he had private party with him, another clientele. Tried to do the thing with Adam Page. It's sad that I know that much about AEW. His storylines to be able to tell you that it's literally his gimmick, and that being the Elite or whatever it's called is in kayfabe. It's not a reality based thing. It's like they've tried to do like the storyline crossing over with reality, haven't they? They've gone for that sort of format. So it makes sense that Matt Hardy would be like, bullshitting them to butter them up to try and get them on board. So when I saw the headlines of it and I read it, I was like, oh, that sounds terrible. And like, yeah, here's the clip. It's like, it's fucking being the Elite. It means shit. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I get you. On the topic of WWE still, SmackDown, we had Roman Reigns come out and decline Cena's challenge that he made on Raw. And then Finn Balor came out and challenged Roman. He accepted. Baron Corbin got hit in the dick. Then Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler stole his money, and Kevin Owens saved him, which makes Baron Corbin a face, because that's what the people want. What a lovable oaf. And that was about it. But neither of us saw that because where were you, Rory?
I was rocking this bad boy t-shirt that I've got on at the moment, which means I probably stink right now because it was only last night. And I was in Cannock at the Duck in Chadsmore for Al Snow's Wrestling Academy Midlands, as I have now made my return to the ring. So I went there, got in with a few of the guys there, had a great time. Awesome show, and I'll be doing more of that in the future. So, one to watch. I mean, we've mentioned them before on previous podcasts and stuff. We've had a few of the guys on last year for our iTunes series.
Yeah, we had Axel Carter, Jay Skies,
Cliff Cox,
the Cyborg, Cliff Cox,
Xavier, Xavier Moss. Yeah, we had them on as well, didn't we? So yeah, we've had a few of them on there. A few of them were at the show last night as well, so that was pretty cool. It's a great show, and I'm looking forward to doing them again. And obviously, I know you didn't watch SmackDown because you were chatting to me.
I was.
While I was making my frigging 3-hour journey home.
Hey man, it's better than my 12-hour journey when I go there.
That's true. That is true. So, but yeah, so I've been doing that, and I know that tonight's viewing for wrestling, I know you're planning on watching UKW because you've been going there on Wednesdays, haven't you?
I have. I'll be watching UKW Wrestleversary 12. The pre-show starts in 8 minutes, but let's be honest, it don't matter what the promotion is. It's a pre-show. You don't want, technically, no one gives a shit. I don't care if that offends them. That goes on any promotion. Yeah. I don't even watch WWE's pre-shows half the time unless the odd occasion. I watched
the Money in the Bank because we were chatting to each other.
But that was because that was a match I was actually like
invested in.
Yeah, that shouldn't have been on that. But yeah, and then the Wrestleversary 12 is at 6 p.m. tonight. It's currently 4:52. This ain't going to be out in time, so I'm not going to give them free promotion. I'll watch it back on Fight. Might have been good, might have been shit. Who knows? Just because I trained there, don't mean it. But yeah, so I'm not setting foot in the ring, which is fun. We've got a lot of cool stuff planned, which is also good.
Yeah. We're going for the whole Team Venom faction again, which is going to be awesome. Obviously, you weren't with me first time round, but this time round is going to be fucking sweet. On account of the fact that we're going to be really revealing members in the future on sort of our own version of being the elite, I reckon. Because why not? And
do you reckon we do, after we wrap this one up, do you reckon we do a little thing to announce?
Yeah, sure. But yeah, it's going to be one of those things. I mean, we've got the deal in place with ASWA, where I'm going to be there fairly regularly coming up, and I'm going to be bringing a couple of the other guys who are going to be involved in the Team Venom faction. As it stands at time of recording, we've
wonder who that could be.
I know, but as it stands, we've got 7 members, which is going to sound mental because anyone watching this that's watched most of our videos will know that there's mainly just a pair of us that do stuff. So they'll be like,
They know other people?
7? That's a bit of a strange number to pull out. Technically 8 as well, because we've got the manager guy.
For the record, Dave isn't backing it, because if that was the case, he would have made up at least 6 of the numbers himself.
Yeah, to be fair.
Because he's fat.
I was just going to say, what would have happened was, if he was backing it, I'd take it to Slam, and then he'd get a whinge on before the show started, and then he'd go home before the show started, and he'd let ASWA, he'd let him down again, and then that would be our bridges burnt for another few months, as that's happened 4 times now.
Yeah. And you know what? While we're here, we're giving people a taste. There is going to be an actual Team Venom faction YouTube channel. I believe there already is. We'll probably
yes,
put a
there's
link
nothing on it at the moment.
There's nothing on it. We'll put a link in the description just in case.
Yeah.
Shall we unveil the first Team Venom championship that we have?
Yeah, you can do if you like. Yeah. So,
because you know what? Companies might not give us a belt, but we've got one of our own. Fuck you. Team Venom, undisputed World Heavyweight Championship.
It is beautiful.
It is very beautiful. It's a lot heavier than I thought it was. The dude who, when it came in the mail, passed me the box. The old man nearly broke his back, bless him. There was a sharp bit. And I have to be professional until we're on the other one.
Yeah, is it. So what we're planning on doing is revealing members via our channel and such, and giving general updates. Obviously, this is the pair of us chatting on here. That will very much be in kayfabe, and we won't be Rory and Connor as such on there. It will be King Roaster, and I'm not saying Connor's name because that will ruin our first reveal.
Madly McCann.
So yeah,
You found me.
it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it, man, and looking forward to actually having that sort of outlet again. Because what stopped me doing it before was doing all the Team Venom stuff with the Team Venom media and the interviews and the podcasts and stuff like that. But now we've hit the point where, I mean, especially since the pandemic, we've done the majority of these via Zoom, whereas the other year it was, right, we've got to get together once or twice a week with the previous members, or we've got to go here, there, or wherever to record something and, you know, all that sort of thing. But because of the pandemic era, we've been doing these Zoom things a hell of a lot more. So we're now at the point where, yeah, we can keep doing this easily and also focus on getting back in the ring ourselves.
I mean, fun fact, me and you have only ever seen each other through.
It's true, yeah. It's been like nearly 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, like the other month, and we're like, "Fucking hell! I can't believe we've been doing this for a year." That was what 9 months ago.
I know, that felt like 2 weeks ago.
I know, it's mental, isn't it? That was also at a time when there was more of us. But yeah.
Look, I weeded them out. It is what it is.
Yes.
I weeded them out. I'm sorry. They were nettles. I was weed killer. It is what it is.
You were HBK. They were Booker T.
Yeah, one
You
of
were
them
Triple
doesn't
H.
fit.
They were Booker T.
Yeah.
You were
For
Hulk
someone
Hogan.
like them.
They were Booker T.
I was a police officer. They was Booker T. All right. So to summarize, Slammiversary shit, AEW shit, WWE's been alright. We're wrestling.
Actually, yeah, to be fair, Raw has this Raw after Money in the Bank felt like one of the Raws after Mania that we've been missing for a while.
Yeah, with the Raw after Mania we didn't get.
Exactly, that's why I said we were missing them.
Yeah.
But it's like that's one thing we probably should touch on, because everyone's shitting on the 3 matches that have been announced so far, which is Edge and Seth, Roman and Cena, and Goldberg and Lashley. I'll be honest, those 3 matches make me want to watch SummerSlam instantly.
Yeah.
I'm like, really looking forward to that. Oh, and shout out to bodyslam.net for doing more bullshit articles. You seen that got swept up everywhere this week, and every single one that I went through, where it was saying, "Oh yeah, Daniel Bryan signed to AEW. He's going to be making a debut on this week's Dynamite or like Fighter Fest night too."
Apparently, it's September now.
Yeah, I know. It got changed conveniently on that original article.
Yeah, because they were wrong.
I read it and I was like, right, and it's saying that it was going to be the big surprise debut that happened on there, and friggin' bodyslam.net has our former whipping boy Andy Moore. I was going to say compatriot, but that's not true.
That's not the right word.
It's one of our guys went to bodyslam.net from here, stole some Irish wrestling podcast name for theirs. We were watching this very intently because it was very fun to see unfold. But like it's one of those sites that's got no integrity, and we looked at it straight away because Andy had gone there, and we saw the first thing was they had an interview with an indie wrestler, and that was split into 18 columns. Like, what the fuck? It was literally like every answer had its own article, and
yeah,
we were just like, well, this just doesn't seem right. And then the Daniel Bryan thing seems like it's clickbait because it's pretty much a foregone conclusion to most people that Bryan's going elsewhere. And I think they were just thinking, oh, it's heavily rumoured, blah, blah, blah. And they went, yeah, our sources have said that Daniel Bryan's going to be making his debut in this week's Fighter Fest night too. You're like, you ain't got any sources, you live in Letchworth. So, you know what I mean? It's like, no. Fucking liars.
My sources. Yeah.
And then they ended up being completely off the mark because the surprise debut on AEW was Chavo Guerrero. I pissed myself so much with laughter when that happened. I love Chavo. Just the fact that you're like, that's not Daniel Bryan, Andy. But yeah.
And I'm not going to lie to you. There's no trace of his name on bodyslam.net.
Is it all gone?
Oh, there's not a single trace.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe that's because of him, stealing that podcast's name at that time.
Oh, yeah.
What's hilarious.
And now one of those dudes is dead. So
Yeah, I know.
Have that on your conscience.
That's true. Yeah, that was quite bad. So they
Jesse
upset
Burns.
those podcasters and such, and then we were continuously frigging arguing with them on Twitter and all this sort of stuff. And we were like that meme of Michael Jackson eating popcorn throughout all of it, happily weighing in because it was funny. But
oh, there you go. I found his name.
Yeah.
And it's for Team Tights. Rev Pro Live at the Cockpit review, NXT UK review, and then just podcast. That's it.
I've just found their page on Facebook.
It's probably going to have to get cut because this is just...
Yeah, anyway. So we should probably wrap this up now. It's been fun. It's been fun. Thank you for watching, everybody. Please remember
I've had sex with more people than their Facebook page has likes.
Yeah. Same, to be fair.
I'm not going to say the number.
10% of it.
Yeah. You can use code TVM at your local brothel for 10% off.
We're not even joking. Just drop the old. Just walking like. Just go to the reception like, yo. They're like, yeah, let's do this.
All right, we need to wrap this up because I've seen something and we need to talk about this.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you for watching. You can find me on Twitter at The Connor Franks or Connor the Heel, or just don't find me on Twitter. I don't fucking use it. Don't care. Just wait. It's fine. He's at King Roaster. Follow him. Team Venom, probably be a link in the YouTube.
Yep.
If you're listening elsewhere, cheers, mush. See you later.